Welcome, friends. We are going to do some cooking today. So we're going to call this Cooking with Bob. We are going to have canned ham and something I recently found out about. I had no idea it existed until now. And that would be freeze-dried hash browns. Yes, these are dehydrated hash browns. I had no clue they existed till one of my viewers told me about them. And so I figured I was going to give them a try. And you can find these at Walmart. They have several different types. They have hash browns, scalloped potatoes, breakfast potatoes, everything you can think of there. Of course, Walmart, huh? Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we need to get the hash browns on. They call for 5 cups of water. Now, obviously, you're not going to carry that much water with you, so what I'm going to do, there's actually 2 ways to cook them. One is you can put them in a skillet, fry them, which we're not going to do, or you can boil them to rehydrate them for like 10 to, they said, 13 minutes. But that's what we're going to attempt. So the first thing is we need to bring this water up to a nice little boil. Now, I'm not going to be using 5 cups of water because that's just a lot of waste, especially when they say you got to dump a bunch of it out of there. So we're just going to fill this halfway full. And you want enough water to keep the hash browns covered up. Now, what I'm using to heat this water up with is I'm using a firebox. And I got this idea from Karen over on her channel. And this is basically one of them sterno stoves where you put the 2 sternos on the bottom of it. Well, I'm using it for a firebox, and I'm feeding it like a rocket stove. Since it is extremely wet out, and it's been raining on and off all morning, what I do is I put the wood down here, dry it out, and just simply feed it in as it's dry to keep a continuous flame and a good bed of coals going there. And another thing I've been doing, just to get my wood dry, is I've been putting it over here beside the stove and letting the heat from the firebox dry that wood out. And it shouldn't take long. Yep, it's starting to bring this up to a boil. Now, when it comes up to a boil, I'm going to put these in and kind of stir them around a little bit. And they said 10 to, I don't know, 13, 14 minutes. And of course, as usual, we're going to be winging it. So we'll see how that works out. Then after that, we'll just drain the water out. And they say put, I got some drips over here. They said put some margarine in there or butter. Well, obviously you're not going to carry that out in the woods. So we're going to put a little cooking oil after we drain the water out. Ah, good. So let's go ahead and put our dehydrated hash browns in there. Oop. Let's go a little there. Now, I don't have to remind you, make sure you always pack your trash out. I always keep a separate Ziploc bag just for that occasion. And we're going to add a little salt. The purpose of the salt is to add some flavor and actually increases the boiling temperature of the water. So we're going to let that boil designated time. Pull some of these out of here, lower the flame a bit. So while that's happening, I'm going to take you around and show you the campsite, kind of tell you how I got here, and take a look at my area for the day. We're going to come out here and kind of take a panoramic view and look at the area a little better. This right here is the tree I'm getting my wood from. It was dead. And you can tell by looking at it. I came in last night, and yes, it was raining, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I'm really not sure how I got to this point. Getting out of here ought to be fun, but I got my compass, and I can hear the train in the background, which is coming from that way, so that means the railroad's there, the river's there, and the home's over there. Now, normally you don't want a bunch of smoke coming out of your fire like I've got going on. And the reason I'm doing it, because the mosquitoes are just out of control this morning. So yeah, so I'm having the smoke come underneath the tarp, and it's pretty much pissing the skeeters off. I used the Alice pack today, as you can tell. And even though it got wet, well, this got really wet, it didn't soak through all the way. And this right here, this knife, I'm going to be doing a video about it. Troll Forge tagged me in a video, the worst possible bush knife you've ever bought, and that is it. The other thing I've been doing is I've been experimenting with map making. And here's one of my maps I've made. And this is the trail I'm on, and I think, I'm not sure, I'm right there somewhere. I have no idea. I'm not too worried about it. It's pretty hard to get lost when you only hike a couple miles out. You know what I mean? Of course, we use the hammock. Got my phone up there. I'm uploading some pictures to Facebook. And it looks like we need to blow in the fire here a little bit and stir it up. Let's see how we're doing. So we're going to stir it. Oh yeah, they are puffing up. This is definitely enough food for at least 2 people. Okay. You can see that all the water has evaporated and we've started sticking to the bottom of the pan. Actually pot. So what we're going to do is we're going to squirt some cooking oil in there. Of course they call for margarine, but yeah. And stir that in. I'm thinking we should just go bob it up a little bit, and since we got it cooking in there, kind of looks like potato mush to me. So we're going to throw some pepper. Got my seasonings here. I'm going to pepper the heck out of that. There we go. We're going to let it cook just a little bit longer. And we got potato mush. Increase the heat. And next project, it is time to break out the canned ham. I couldn't think of any good seasonings to put on it, so I think we're just going to fry it up in the old skillet. If I can get the skillet put together. And go with it that way. Huh. I have no clue where this came from. Usually I have a green one. Apparently today is pink. Okay. Oh, doesn't that just look freaking tasty? Oh, yeah, that looks so good. Plop. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Sorry for the sound effects. We're definitely going to need to put a little cooking oil in the bottom of the pan. That way it doesn't burn. And something to cut this with. What I'm thinking is probably, yeah, it won't be too bad. Kind of looks like cat food. Just kidding. Alright, we're going to cut some chunks of it up. We're going to throw it in the old frying pan. The good thing is it's got a lot of grease on there. I really wish I could think of some seasonings to put on there, so if you guys can think of anything, I'd sure appreciate it if you tell me. That should be enough for now. Set this aside. To be honest with you, the ham smells pretty freaking good for canned ham. It's impressive. We're going to crisp this to a nice brown. Pull some heat off the fire there. A little too warm. One thing about canned ham, once you open it, you got to refrigerate it. So when you're out in the back country, you open it up, you got to eat it all. And there's only one of me. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to eat it all. So we're going to put this back in here for now. If I decide to stay, I'll have it for dinner or lunch, whatever it is. I'll seal it up a little bit. Because boy, that does smell freaking good. Very nice. Alright. The best way to tell it's done is it's pretty much brown, like that piece there. I'm going to take a little bite. Huh. Okay. Not bad. I'm going to put that grease in there. Add a little bit more cooking oil because it's sticking. And of course, we're going to pepper it up. And that's getting freaking hot. In fact, I think it's just about done here. Cook a little bit more and clean this plate off somewhat. Ah, yes, ham juice. Okay. I have reorganized somewhat, and we're going to pull the ham off. I do believe it is done. In fact, you know, I might cook some more on there. I'm just going to throw it on my plate. That is a lot of freaking ham. Alright, next thing is I want to brown my hash browns instead of have a potato lump. So I'm just going to dump some hash browns on the top of this. We're going to attempt to brown those out. I can't resist. I gotta do a little taste test here. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm freaking impressed. See what the hash browns are like. More like hash lumps. Pretty freaking good though. I'm rather impressed. Very impressed. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and cook the rest of this up because it's actually pretty good when it's fried. I know one thing though, when I get home, I'm going to have one hell of a time getting that crap off the pan. Definitely going to have to scrub the heck out of it. So I'm going to cook the rest of these up because honestly, I'm impressed. It tastes a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And what they say, waste not, want not. has been a look at cooking canned ham and the hash browns, which didn't come out like I thought they would. Of course, you know, it's the first time doing it, and I'm probably going to have to perfect the recipe a little bit. But actually, still ain't half bad. It's more like squash potato mash. Let's put that next to the fire there. Sorry. So, if you have any recipes that you'd like me to give a try, if you would, leave that down in the comments section. My plans for the rest of the day is eat the rest of this meal and kind of relax and pack it out before nightfall hits. And another really cool thing that's happened is the birds have somewhat surrounded me, so obviously this is actually a lot better than I think it is. But comments are welcome. Like always, thanks for watching.